What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I go by Zombie. I'm very passionate about spirituality, specifically astrology, as well as self-improvement, right? And so one of my main goals of this channel is just to be able to show people how spirituality and self-improvement really go hand in hand. So if you're interested in any of that or interested in becoming a better version of yourself, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and let's hop right in. So in this series, I've been running through the 12 signs of the zodiac. The 10th sign, as you see here, is Capricorn. Excuse me. If you were born from December 21st to January 20th, then you are considered a Capricorn. Capricorns are ruled by the planet Saturn. Now in astrology, the term rule, is basically used to denote the fact that signs, they personify the energy of whatever planet they're associated with, right? So, or whatever planet they're ruled by, right? So with that being said, what energy is Saturn associated with, right? So Saturn is typically associated with, responsibility, structure. Capricorns are very organized, naturally very practical people, right? Very goal oriented. So again, responsibility, your career in a sense, right? If you think about what discipline and all these things build up and lead to, or what, the fact that those things are necessary, as a foundation for your career, you can kind of, see and understand why or how the two go hand in hand. So your career, most definitely, your reputation, I already said long-term goals, and structure. I already said structure as well. So that's just brief. I'm gonna do a separate series on all the planets and the signs and everything in a little more in depth, but I'm trying to keep it brief for now to start off with, right? So the house that Capricorn rules is the 10th house. Now in astrology, a house is basically just an aspect of life, right? So again, the 10th house is one of those more easier to see ones, in my opinion. When you have like your career, again, public reputation, excuse me. Let's just say you might have like Venus or something in the 10th house. Venus, we know Venus is related to the arts, right? So that means that you could have a career as an artist or something like that, right? It's just kind of how you interpret it. And so the duality is feminine. And well, let me backtrack a little bit, just in case I didn't run through the 10th house like too good and you're still kind of like fuzzy on it. Again, Saturn themes, right? Again, responsibility, structure, long-term goals, your public image is all the same, right? If that kind of confused you, I just want to like reiterate that is more or less all the same. Like the sign, the planet, the house, like all the energy is kind of more or less explained. The only difference again is with the house, you're talking about more so like an area of life, right? So it's a little bit more abstract, but keep it pushing. Duality, right, is feminine as an earth sign. Again, earth and water, water signs are naturally more feminine in how they, their demeanor, how they carry themselves. They're naturally a little bit more introverted, more reserved, right, more feminine. And even though everyone, right, as an individual has natural levels of masculine and feminine energy, again, as an earth sign, Capricorn is just, you're going to be a little bit more feminine overall, and that's okay, right? So moving on, the mode and the element is cardinal earth. When you put them together, there's 3 modes in astrology: cardinal, fixed, mutable, right? There's 4 elements: earth, fire, water, and air, and Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. Now when you hear cardinal, you need to think like initiator energy, right? Like let's get it going energy. When you hear earth, you need to think kind of down to earth, right? Structured. Again, like I said, Capricorns are very organized. They're typically very goal oriented. So when you put it together, as a cardinal earth sign, and again, the mode and the element, it's just a way of gaining a little bit more insight, right, into personality. Typically, you notice these things more, or like, well, yeah, you notice these things more, or maybe first about a person, right? Especially because, since, you know, besides the rising, the sun sign is one of the first things, or energy wise, one of the first things you notice about a person. So again, as a cardinal earth sign, right, Capricorns are definitely going to be the ones to start those projects, right, and will see them to the end. Like, they will stay on that shit until it's complete, right? And so the body part associated with Capricorn would be the teeth, the bones, well, a few of them, right? Would be the teeth, the bones, well, bones in general, right? Your bone structure, teeth, bones, knees, and joints. Again, so as a Capricorn, you could develop joint problems, you know, arthritis, something like that, knee pain, back pains, things of that nature in life. So, you know, always just stay mindful of that. And take care of no matter what your sign is, right? Take care of your body. You know, you can't do anything, you know, if your body's gone to shit. So you gotta take care of your health. The chakra, the most powerful chakra, you know, associated with Capricorn, I would say is definitely the root chakra, because, you know, again, they are goal oriented, but in order to be that, especially as an earth sign, Capricorns, you know, in particular, they do have to make sure they are grounded, because like you see over here with this, their goat symbol, they're symbolized by the sea goat, right? So if you think about how goats, you know, especially ones that live on mountains, right, how they are able to just traverse the terrain so like effortlessly, right? Capricorns, in a sense, they do like to climb that mountain, right? They do like to get to the top, they do like to achieve, but at the same time, like everyone else, they do have an emotional, like a spiritual side, which can run deeper, right? A lot of the times with Saturn energy, you might have someone that experiences guilt, you know, or shame a lot too, on the more lower frequency side of this energy. And that's where you have like the little fishtail thing here, because they can be very spiritual in the same sense, although, you know, as an earth sign, they might not show it, right? It might not be the most apparent trait about them. So yeah, I say the root because you definitely have to remain grounded as a Capricorn, so you can stay focused on the things you want to be focused on. So colors, brown, right? Color psychology, brown is a very, very mature color, right? With Saturn and Capricorn, you want to think about, you know, even though it's a feminine energy, even though Earth is a feminine energy, at the same time, Saturn is kind of seen as like the archetypal like father in astrology, because Saturn rules two signs. Like Saturn rules Aquarius as well, like, which I'll be talking about in the next video. It's one of the planets that rules Aquarius, so that's kind of probably where you get that, you know, father energy. But definitely a disciplinary figure, you know, definitely that can be seen as you know, strict parent figure with the Capricorn energy. And in color theory, right, color psychology, the color brown is a very serious tone, right? A very serious, I want to say it's like neutral. It's not really neutral. Of course, brown's more of an earth tone, like literally it's an earth tone, but earth tones do kind of have like this serious air to them. So, in my opinion, so the crystal and the gemstone that I have here associated with Capricorns is specifically, right, I have smoky quartz. I should have put black onyx on here as well, probably even obsidian, but black crystals in general are good for grounding and getting rid of like negative energy. And so I put smoky quartz on here, of course, for Capricorn, as well as azurite, excuse me, because azurite can, you know, help to boost your intuition and your concentration, right, your mental function, like overall in general. And of course you need that, right, to stay on top of anything and stay focused on anything. So azurite is good for Capricorns, for helping them to keep a clear mind and to stay focused. So character traits I have here to wrap it up. On the positive side, like I said before, very practical, as you know, earth signs tend to be, but Capricorn specifically, again, with that 10th house having a lot to do with your career and your reputation and how you are seen in the world, you know. and your long-term goals you have for yourself, they are very practical. They kind of have to be, in a sense, with that being their sun, right? Their ego, their identity, right? How they see themselves, how they want others to see themselves, right? Your sun sign, your soul, right? They kind of have to be in order to fulfill that and be, who they want to be. So it's just, you can't run from it, right? You just are who you are, and that's who you want to be, right? It's how you want to be seen. But again, very practical, very disciplined, very persistent, right? Especially when they're at their best. Like I said, when Capricorns get down to business, they are on top of that shit, I promise you. And they have it structured, they have the plan plotted out. I'm telling you, they have it plotted out. Think of like planning and structure when you think of earth energy, especially, like I said, Capricorn, and Virgos as well, but Capricorns most definitely. So negative side, like I said before, on the lower frequency side of this Saturn energy, you can have pessimism. You can have, a very cynical, like looking at the glass half empty kind of point of view. But again, I feel like that stems from having such high standards for yourself, right? And sometimes you just need to calm down and bring yourself back to the moment, right? And that's where the grounding is so important for Capricorns. So procrastination, right? Again, I feel like as an earth sign in general, but Capricorns in particular, specifically, are prone to procrastination because, again, like, they're with having high standards for yourself, with having so much ambition, can come the fear of not reaching that, and what that would do to you and how that would make you feel, again, if you aren't able to stay grounded in the present and just stay in the moment with life, right? And not take things so hard and be so hard on yourself. But that can lead to procrastination if you are overwhelmed by that fear, of course. And then you have stubbornness, again, as earth signs, whether it's for the good or for the bad, when they make their minds up to something, usually, that's what it is. And with Capricorns, they can definitely be like that. Damn, I need to charge my shit. My apologies. But Capricorns, they can definitely be stubborn at times. And so, yeah, that's Capricorn energy. Next, I'm going to be doing Aquarius. Please, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Like, comment if you found this informative, at all. Maybe even entertaining in the slightest bit. But, yeah, till next time, I'm out. Peace.